And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. E3 2018 almost wrapped up, but not before Greg saw Ghosts of Tsushima. Did I get that right?
Yeah,
I always want to say sashimi, but it's not right.
No.
And I'm maybe
that's the thing.
offensive
I was
to
in
the
there.
Japanese culture.
I was in there, right? Sucker Punch is given. It's Brian Fleming, old friend of mine from the Infamous days, and he said, I say Ghost of Tsushima, and he was like Ghost of. He said it even different.
How do you say?
I think we should just start calling it Ghost. We just all understand if we say Ghost.
Ghost of T. I'm down
Ghost
with that.
of T. Ghost of Tsushima. Shut up, Andy.
So,
I swear to God.
So what's the deal? Did you get to play it, or was it just a demo?
This was behind closed doors demo.
Okay.
So what that meant was I did not play, hands off. Sucker Punch played and drove. What was cool about it was the same demo as we saw at the E3 Sony press conference. However, they took their time, showed a whole bunch of different stuff, and most importantly, had the Japanese language track playing. The game is completely dubbed in. There's a Japanese language track, so you can get like an authentic. You're watching a samurai movie.
Can you just read subtitles?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Aren't working yet, but that's what it was today, where they had it up and it was awesome. Yeah.
But was it the same demo from what we saw at the conference?
It was, but it was them. They had the chance, to stop it, to go through, to do these things. Look at the camera. It's scary.
It just freaks me out.
All right.
It was Kevin for a second there.
Can you take off your shoe and lay down? Nick will do a move on you. No, it was the same demo. It was in Japanese, which I thought's cool, and I think that's how I'm going to play the game.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just a cool, more authentic way, right? And I want that vibe. I know you dropped out of Westworld. Did you make it to Samurai World at all?
I did not make it to Samurai World.
I like the fact that they're all talking Japanese. I want that experience.
Yeah.
But what was cool about this was they showed a whole bunch of different things and explained a whole bunch of different things. First off, my first big, they just sat it there for a while and talked with it on the, Ghost of Tsushima screen with the rock and the leaf there, and the weather patterns going, and it's just beautiful. And the first thought was like, man, I hope they put a photo mode in this. I hope they don't God of War it where, we'll put a photo mode in later, right?
Yeah.
That got asked. Brian, of course, we invented photo mode on the PlayStation 4 with Infamous Second Son. Yes, we're putting photo mode in the game right away. And they debuted it by not even having the question asked, playing through in that first thing where he takes the sword out and kills the guy right away. As soon as he slit the dude's throat and knocked his mask off, they put it in photo mode. It just froze. And so then they just spun it in 360 to show you everything, talk about the details. And they didn't go, one of the questions asked by one of the journos in the room that I thought was a good one was the idea of how did that action happen, right? An instant kill. You can't instant kill the entire game. And Brian, to his credit, pointing out the fact that game's far from locked. So we're not 100% sure, but he basically alluded to everything comes with a cost, he said. So I'm assuming you're earning or filling in a meter that lets you do an instant kill when you want to, kind of thing. Killed that. We walked through the world. We saw how beautiful it was. He talked more about it. When they finished Infamous, he kept calling it, we did Infamous for 9 years. We know what we're doing there. We want to do something different. Why? Which is why stuff I hadn't thought about. The fact that Infamous was very much ranged with powers and stuff. Hey, ranged. Everybody knows me at E3. Even that zombie lady. Ranged powers, shooting like this. This is a very much up close personal. We're going to use swords. We're going to do this stuff, right? And also the fact that they're not going away from what they know in the way of, hey, guess what? Hey, how you doing? We got this giant island, right, of Tsushima, right? And that's the idea. And it was the thing of starting from here, looking out there, even to the Mongols' boats as part of this invasion. You can go there. That kind of that thing of you're going to be able to get to those places and interact with them. And when we were watching the show live and reacting to it, there was this thing of okay, I get that there's this invasion happening. It's all historical. It's all based on a real thing. This is a big deal, they were saying. This Mongol invasion that came into Tsushima in Japan, they still to this day have an annual ceremony on the beaches to talk about, honor their fallen and all that shit.
Big deal.
It's stuff I missed.
Mongols, kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
They destroyed a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Cool things from the demo. I'm old and fried. It's E3, so I got to look at my notes now.
That's okay.
They said that one of their guiding principles of the game, right, was mud, blood, and steel.
Okay.
And the fact that they don't want it to be over the top action and not make any sense. They want you to really get in there. So obviously the freeze frame of the cut, right, and as you go on, walk on through, just do whatever you want. Nobody's making anything around here. The cut and the blood and all that. But then it was him fighting and falling down in the mud and getting up and having the mud caked on him, and he looked different at the end of that section, moving on to the next, than he did in the demo at Sony's thing.
Now, is he going to stay in the straw outfit the entire time, or you?
No, that was another thing they were talking about. These are great questions, Nick. You've gotten a lot better at this.
You're welcome.
It was this question of this demo actually takes place, it turns out, about midway through the game.
Okay.
Sorry. Andy moved to stop, and now people are just going around Andy. Midway through the game, and now we have an
Now we've got a beautiful wall.
Show him, Kevin. Show him the line. I'll keep talking. The Great Wall of Kevin. He's talking about it's halfway through the game, right?
Yeah.
So part of the thing for Jin's character is giving up some of the samurai ideals he's known his whole life, which is what they were talking about with like Infamous, being able to scale this out of the building as he does and come in from the top and use methods that aren't the traditional like honor.
More ninja.
Exactly. Good job.
And
so that was one of those things of he's not in his traditional outfit anymore because he's had to start adapting to what's happening in the game. Also interesting, confirmed from the demo I saw, side quest. This is just one of the many side quests. There is a golden road, golden path to the game. This is an offshoot to go through and see all the stuff for this
So
side character.
we're coming through halfway. You said this was farther into the game.
They said about halfway, but
because
you
you
know
have
how
that
it is.
friend that you have to fight at the end of this.
Right,
thing.
and that's what
I'm
they were
assuming
saying.
she plays a key role, like.
Well, I don't know.
That was an emotional moment, but you would figure it's a lot more emotional if it's 3 or 4 hours into the game.
Definitely that. And that's the thing, though, is like I'm not sure how much of a role she plays if I don't investigate her side missions. You know what I mean? I think you would, obviously. You're playing this game, you want the platinum, right? But I don't know outside of that how much that would play into. But it was interesting, and I liked what I saw. And also, the big thing for me, right, is that being a big Infamous fan, one of the things they talked about was this, again, is a departure from that. They've made that game for a long time. It's time for something different. Close combat now, right? Obviously in a different setting, and then no more of the good, evil, let's be good Cole, let's be bad Cole, let's make a choice.
Right.
They're telling you Jin's story. You're playing through this story thing, and there's agency in how you tackle a situation and how you want to handle the fighting, but it's not in terms of like, I want to go make this good choice, I want to make this bad choice.
Last question.
Sure.
Did you watch him ride through that flowery thing again?
Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah.
That was stunning.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The game's beautiful. My critique of it, and again, it's an earlier game, is I feel the setting's beautiful. I think the combat's beautiful. But something about in the trailer then and even today, I was keeping an eye on it. The way he walks in that opening segment, I'm not like down with yet, and I would imagine it's because they're still tweaking, fixing all the stuff. But that was my one thing of like that part is not bad. But it's just not like, oh man, buttery smooth everywhere.
So right now, is this a must play for you, or are you just like, we'll continue to monitor?
Oh yeah, it's Sucker Punch. Yeah. It's a must play for me, of course. I think they're great storytellers. I think they're great at open world games. I think this is an awesome setting that doesn't get, for how many years have we all said we want Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan?
Yeah.
Like, right, you're getting a samurai, Japanese.
They're working their way over. We got Greece first, and then they're gonna go to Japan.
Eventually they'll get there. Yeah. But no, we're working our way into a story that sounds really cool, and so I'm 100% in.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this Reacts. Of course, if you guys want more of this, there's a lot more coming here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment below. Here's a fun question for you. Is Kevin wearing pants or shorts? There you go. Take a guess. The winner wins. Andy.
Shorts.
Shut up, Andy.
Love you all. See you guys next time.